Problem number 8 in the algebra section of your compass test gives you a polynomial, and it's giving you a list of possible factors, asking you which is a factor of this polynomial. Well, in order to find out which of those factors is a factor, we need to factor this polynomial. The proper way to factor a polynomial such as this is to take the constant term, 6, and break it into its factors. 6 has factors of 1 times 6, and it also has factors of 2 times 3. Now, we need to be very careful with this particular problem. It's kind of a tricky problem because you can imagine a way to combine the 1 and the 6 to give you a negative 5. And you can also imagine a way to combine the 2 and the 3 to give you a negative 5. In this case, we need to eliminate one of the two sets of factors by considering the sign on the constant term, which is negative. If it's negative, that means that one of the factors has to be positive, the other one has to be negative. So that means that we have to use the 1 and the 6. The 6 would be negative, the 1 would be positive, and that would combine to a negative 5. So let me set this up. X squared, and I need a negative 6x, and then I need to add a 1x. Those are my factors of 6 and 1. And then go ahead and subtract off the constant term. Now I'll factor by grouping something out of the first two, something out of the second two, and see where it leads. I can factor an x out of the first two. Factor an x out of an x squared, I get an x. Factor an x off of a 6x, and I get a 6. This sign typically comes down. I can't factor anything out of an x minus 6, but I like to say, well, I can technically factor out a 1, and that's going to leave me with the x minus 6 still inside. Now you can see I have a common factor here of x minus 6 here and here, so I can factor that out as well. So when I factor an x minus 6 away from this first term x, I get an x. And when I factor the x minus 6 away from the 1, I get a positive 1. So let's see if either one of these factors are on our list of possibilities. And the x minus 6 is there. So we would choose x minus 6 from our list of possible answers. And that is B.